Husband.
Yes, wife.
Let's read the Bible.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse?
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Hey, starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelation, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, neither of us was raised in Christian homes, so when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
The only thing we do know is that God is a dick. If you're interested in how we reached this shocking conclusion, start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Hey, wife.
Yes, husband?
Tell me about Anchor.
The only thing I know is that Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
That's right. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
You make it sound so easy.
It is. And when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast to listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, CastBox, Google Podcasts, and wherever else you like to listen.
How much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Free and easy. That's awesome.
Yep. Just download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday or no?
It's been like we've been gone a weekend.
Yeah, Friday.
No, I don't. It's been a weekend, so
All right.
Obviously. I can't often remember the day before, so a weekend, it's just right out.
Right out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Philistines had the Ark of the Covenant.
Okay.
And
oh, that's right.
They put it in their temple of Dagon.
Yeah. And it knocked over an idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, God, no, this is terrible. And then God gave the Philistines all a bunch of tumors.
Yeah, plague tumors.
Plague tumors.
Yeah.
And so they were like, get this shit out of here.
Right.
So
And then they tried to give it to Gath.
You're stupid. That was funny.
Yes, that's the point of,
It's just that it was a slow creep funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. They were like, come here and get it.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened. And now we are going to read 1 Samuel chapter 6.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. All right. 1 Samuel chapter 6.
All right.
The Philistines return the ark.
I mean, we saw that coming, right?
Yeah. So we know what's going to happen.
Why would
here.
you not try to destroy it before you returned it? Like, this is the thing that they use to win battles, right?
This thing literally gave the town tumors and knocked over Dogan's shit.
Fair enough. If you believed it was doing that, if you tried to destroy it, it probably would fucking kill everybody.
In canon, in this story, trying to destroy that thing would be massively foolish.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yep.
The Ark of the Lord remained in Philistine territory 7 months in all.
Dang.
That's stupid.
That's a long time.
That is a long time to suffer.
I kind of call bullshit then. Because 7 months?
I think it lasted maybe a week before they were like, this is bad. It got to go.
Well, no, but it sounds like it took a while to get bad maybe. Because I'm just thinking something bad happened within that 7 months. And they're like, it was that thing's fault.
Right. At first it was just it knocked Dagon. It knocked Dagon's statue over, and then we all got the plague. And then I thought that was within the first few days.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But then 7
months.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe their crops went bad or some shit, and they were like, must be the Ark's fault.
Yeah, I think they were just
this is bullshit.
using it as a scapegoat for things going bad. Yeah.
And we know where scapegoat comes from.
Exactly, we do.
Yep. Then... So after that 7 months,
Mm-hmm.
the Philistines called in their priests and diviners and asked them, what should we do about the Ark of the Lord? Tell us how to return it to its country, to its own country.
Send somebody over there with it.
Send the Ark of the God of Israel back with a gift, they were told.
Yeah.
Send a
legit.
guilt offering so the plague will stop.
Okay.
Then if you are healed, you will know that it was his hand that caused the plague.
I guess. Okay.
I mean, they're like, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think you should do with a thing that you weren't supposed to have that's causing problems? What sort of guilt offering? God, I'm having a hard time. I'm so sorry. Words are hard.
Yeah.
What sort of guilt offering should we send? They asked.
I'm curious myself, honestly.
I was thinking
What's a guilt offering?
Thing of like...
They didn't cover that one in...
An edible arrangement. Oopsie doodle sorries and
in our
shit
area,
like that.
it'd be like the Esther Price candy box, you know?
Yeah. Since the plague has struck both you and your 5 rulers, make 5 gold tumors and 5 gold rats.
5 gold tumors?
Just
and
like
5 rats.
Those that have ravaged your land. Apparently there was a plague of rats also that we didn't hear about.
Can you imagine getting as a gift gold tumors and gold rats?
Absolutely not.
That's really weird.
That's creep-tastic. But, I mean, they'll know what it's in reference to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're God-sent tumors and rats.
Yeah.
So, it's basically like, it's an email. It's a text. It's like a BRB. Only, you know, they're sending it like the tumors are a shorthand way of saying, your God gave us tumors, so here's some gold to, you know, make it better and take your fucking shit back. Sorry.
Right.
Thank you, sorry.
Right. Yeah, we're good with you guys. It's all good. Just take it back. Leave us alone.
It's just chat speak.
Right.
That's all.
Okay.
Make these things to show honor to the God of Israel. Perhaps then he will stop afflicting you, your gods, and your land. Don't be stubborn and rebellious as Pharaoh and the Egyptians were. Remember how the Pharaoh was like, you can go, psych, come back.
Yeah.
You can go, psych, come back.
But you also remember how God hardened his fucking heart so that, you know, he did those things in the first place?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Whatever.
Right. So they're saying, don't have a God harden your heart.
Right, yeah. How do you stop that from happening? If he wants to harden your fucking heart, I'm sure he'll do it.
It just is what it is,
if
right?
there is a God, you know.
By the time God was finished with them, they were eager to let Israel go. Now, build a new cart and find 2 cows that have just given birth to calves. Make sure the cows have never been yoked to a cart. Hitch the cows to the cart. They were virgin cart pullers. Yeah. But shut their calves away from them in a pen.
What?
Aww.
That's weird.
They're saying take these freshly mamaed cows and put them on a cart and make them pull.
Okay.
And don't let them suckle their babes.
Okay.
Put the Ark of the Lord on the cart, and beside it place a chest containing the gold rats and gold tumors you are sending as a guilt offering. Then let the cows go wherever they want.
Okay, so you're just going to send a cart out into no man's land.
Hope it gets there.
Yeah, like, that doesn't sound like a good plan to me.
Thoughts and prayers. If they cross the border of our land and go to Beth Shemesh, we will know it was the Lord who brought this great disaster upon us.
Why? What does that have to do with anything? Right.
If they don't, we will know it was not his hand that caused the plague, and it simply came by chance.
What does the fucking cows walking anywhere have to do with whoever brought the fucking plague?
Because they just could not. Everything had to have like plans upon what ifs.
Okay, but look, they are asked. They're not sure that the plague came from God, right? Mm-hmm. From Yahweh, right? That God.
That God.
They're not sure. So their answer to find out whether or not it came from God or not is to hook cows up to a goddamn cart with gold in it, and if it goes the right direction, it was God's doing. If not, it wasn't.
They decided that was the test. I mean, that makes about as much sense as when they're like, this woman might be a witch. If she drowns, oops, she was human.
Right?
Like your logic is
this has got to be the stupidest test I've ever heard of.
Besides the witch one?
Well, I mean, yeah, among other stupid tests from those days.
I'm hearing is that men are fucking stupid, and they will come up with the most ridiculous. What? Why not just ask somebody?
Right.
Why not just say, we're pretty sure this is it. Let's just act as though it is and solve the fucking problem.
Sure. Yeah.
God.
Right.
Men are dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry to all those who are like, oh, you're a man hater. But it's just that the men throughout history have been dumb.
Oh, well, Kevin Sorbo, he's on Twitter today.
Oh, God, I hate that guy.
Well, I guess today, meaning yesterday, because it was today when we're recording it. But
I hate that guy.
Kevin Sorbo.
He plays Hercules.
Yeah, he's a religious nut, basically.
Yeah.
But anyway, he wrote today, we need more masculine men
Oh my God. No, less, fewer.
And people like went off.
Yeah,
Like
I bet.
they're like, I think you're looking for Grindr.
Oh God. I don't know if that's the direction.
It's probably not appropriate exactly, but it's kind of funny.
It is
just,
funny.
I mean, just, in getting to him, like, and saying, whatever, dude.
I can't stand that guy.
No, I can't either.
He's a terrible human being.
He's horrible.
Which is funny because Lucy Lawless, who played Xena, is like the exact opposite. She's so awesome.
Yeah. She should create like an anti-Kevin Sorbo account,
she basically does. I mean, she trashes him all the time on her own Twitter account. So,
gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Bible.
Yeah.
So these instructions were carried out. 2 cows were hitched to the cart and their newborn calves were shut up in a pen. Then the Ark of the Lord and the chest containing the gold rats and gold tumors were placed on the cart. Sure enough, without veering off in either directions, the cows went straight along the road toward Beth Shemesh.
That is definitely God.
Lowing as they went. They walked on the path.
Right?
Yeah. Good job, cows with a cart. Good job. You stayed on the path. I mean, that makes sense. Cows tend to just...
It's just, this is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It is
I mean, they would have gone some direction. They happened to go that... They had four directions they could have gone, basically, Like, I mean... They went that direction, and so it was the whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's fucking stupid.
Yep. The Philistine rulers followed them as far as the border of Beth Shemesh. The people of Beth Shemesh were harvesting wheat in the valley. I guess they weren't having a barley party.
Yeah, no.
And when they saw the ark, they were overjoyed. I bet they were.
Yeah, I mean it's their ark. God box. Right.
The cart came into the field of a man named Joshua. Of course it did, because there's always a Joshua.
Right.
And stopped beside a large rock. But did that rock do water?
Right, yeah.
Not very much of a good rock.
And was it a rock with a capital R or a lowercase r?
Stupid. So the people broke up the wood of the cart for a fire. Of course they did. And killed the cows and sacrificed them to the Lord as a burnt offering. Of course they did. Makes total fucking sense.
Yeah, if cows just show up on your land, you kill them.
Blow everything up, kill all the stuff. That is men for you. I mean, right? Shit. Vroom, vroom.
Right, yeah.
Several men of the tribe of Levi lifted the ark of the Lord and the chest containing the gold rats and gold tumors. They really need to stop saying that because it's too much. Gold rats and gold tumors. Gold rats and gold... Just stop.
Yeah. I mean... It is what
Remember how we're stupid? We're going to say it every couple sentences in case you forgot.
Right.
Didn't forget, friends. Didn't forget. Anyway, they listed that gold shit from the cart and placed them on the large rock. Of course they did. Okay. Because rock.
Yeah.
Many sacrifices and burnt offerings were offered to the Lord that day by the people of Beth Shemesh.
Okay.
The 5 Philistine rulers watched all this and then returned to Ekron that same day. The 5 gold tumors sent by the Philistines as a guilt offering to the Lord were gifts from the rulers of Ashdod, Gaza, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron. The 5 gold rats represented the 5 Philistine towns and their surrounding villages, which were controlled by the 5 rulers. The large rock at Beth Shemesh, where they set the Ark of the Lord, still stands in the field of Joshua as a witness to what happened there.
To this day?
I mean, it doesn't say to this day.
It does say still stands there, though.
Yeah, it still stands there. Did you know?
I do now. I bet it doesn't, though.
Oh, here we go. But the Lord killed 70 men from Beth Shemesh because why?
Because he's an asshole?
They looked into the Ark of the Lord. It does melt your face. Damn, that's where Indiana Jones got it. Oh, shit.
It's true.
And the people mourned greatly because of what the Lord had done. Yeah, seriously, could you just not, God?
Right.
Who is able to stand in the presence of the Lord, this holy God? They cried out. Where can we send the ark from here? So they were like, God is awesome. The ark is great. Get it the fuck away from me.
Right.
So they sent messengers to the people at Kiriath Jearim and told them, the Philistines have returned the ark of the Lord. Come here and get it.
Okay.
So wait, what was stayed on the rock then?
Gold.
Oh, the gold. The gold is on the rock.
Right.
Okay. So they said, come and get it. The end.
That was it?
That was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they gave it back, and the people
Indiana Jones,
like,
that's a good historical account. Well, I mean, a good historical account if you're referencing the Bible.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not saying that actually happened because that didn't happen. Mm-hmm. But But it did kill so many people when they opened it up.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Because they looked in it.
Because they looked in it.
Yeah. And that makes sense because what does Indiana Jones tell Miriam?
Close her eyes.
Shut your eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't look, Miriam.
Right?
Yep.
That actually makes me very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
We really need to watch that movie again. We keep
really
saying
do. We keep saying that. So, I mean, especially now that we're learning where that came from.
Yeah.
So that's really
very
cool.
exciting.
All right. Well, that was Samuel, First Samuel chapter 6. And tomorrow we will be back for
1 Samuel chapter 7.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
I do not remember what happened yesterday. I had a long day at work today. No, you know, I was working and I worked all day because I had to stay over. So no, I remember nothing.
Okay. I'm just laughing because you always stop and think about it. Like, do I remember? And
I don't want to piss you off. You used to get mad at me when I was like, well, I don't know, maybe. Hang on a second.
But now I know that 9 times out of 10, the answer is just no.
Right.
So you could just
it's no.
Just no.
Just no.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it.
Oh, sorry. Now I don't have to think about it. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, so what happened was in 1 Samuel chapter 6, the Philistines were like, holy shit, take this back.
That's right.
And they gave the ark back along with gold tumors and gold rats.
Yeah, and then people got Indiana Jones'd.
Yeah. And the cows carried it back.
Right.
And then they ate the cows and they looked. Don't look at the ark, Miriam.
Right.
And I made a mistake because yesterday I was saying Miriam. Miriam. And it's not, it's Marion.
Got it.
Yeah. So my mistake, you guys. Sorry. It's just been too long. We need to watch the movie again.
We keep saying that a lot.
You know what?
We should just watch it tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
You have to get up early tomorrow.
I have to mow a lawn tomorrow.
Okay, but I have to get up early tomorrow.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, we can watch it tonight. Let's watch it tonight.
Okay, let's watch it tonight.
Oh my God, we're going to watch Indiana Jones, you guys.
All right.
Okay.
That's settled. What are we doing now, though?
What we're doing now is 1 Samuel chapter 7.
All right, let's go do this.
Okay. Okay, so 1 Samuel chapter 7.
Okay.
Starts out, we're still under the same title that we were under, the Philistines Return the Ark.
Got it. So continue.
To be continued.
Right.
Right. So the men of Kiriath Jearim came to get the Ark of the Lord. They took it to the hillside, home of Abinadab, and ordered Eleazar, his son, to be in charge of it.
Okay.
Sure. The Ark remained in Kiriath Jearim, for a long time, 20 years in all.
Wow. Okay.
During that time, all Israel mourned because it seemed the Lord had abandoned them.
Why?
Because it seemed the Lord had abandoned them.
But they had the ark.
But the ark, they had looked at it and it melted 70 of them.
Oh.
And I'm betting that there aren't a lot of priest guys and there aren't a lot of interactions with somebody prophet guy, like Moses style,
all right,
talking to God.
Okay.
So I think the grifter died and forgot to pass it on.
Got it.
So the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah. You gotta have that line of succession.
Right. So okay, new section. Ready?
Yeah.
Samuel judges Israel.
So he's a judge still.
So he's a judge.
That's interesting.
Yeah. He's a judge.
That's very interesting, actually.
Yeah. Then Samuel said to all the people of Israel, if you want to return to the Lord with all your hearts, get rid of your foreign gods and your images of Ashtaroth. What is that? What is an Ashtaroth?
It must be another god of some type or something.
We're looking that up.
Is it? Have we? I feel like I've heard that before, though.
I don't recall it.
No? Okay.
No.
Maybe not.
It's too cool of a name.
Right.
Ashtaroth.
Okay.
Turn your hearts to the Lord and obey him alone. Then he will rescue you from the Philistines.
Okay.
So maybe Samuel does have some notion of griftiness to him. Who knows?
I mean, it's kind of inherent in the job, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Even if you weren't grifty, your job is to literally take people's money and offerings. So
True.
That has a tendency to just inspire griftiness, I think.
True.
Yeah.
So the Israelites got rid of their images of Baal and Ashtaroth and worshipped only the Lord.
That they had. They had those things again. Like always.
Always.
Do you think they really got rid of them?
That was going to be my question when you stopped talking but did they though? Then Samuel told them, gather all of Israel to Mizpah, and I will pray to the Lord for you.
Yeah.
So they gathered at Mizpah, and in a great ceremony drew water from a well and poured it out before the Lord.
They poured out the water from the well.
Yeah.
In a big waste of fucking water.
Here go. Here's some
water for the...
They also went without food all day.
Because that makes sense.
And confessed that they had sinned against the Lord.
I don't really understand fasting. Like, to me, I'm like, I'm really fucking hungry. Can we just fucking eat? Well,
I think it depends on what you are intaking liquid-wise.
I suppose.
I don't really understand. Like, I understand it for medical purposes. Like,
sure,
you're supposed to fast before surgery.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
Sure. But, yeah, just as far as, like, a dieting or, like,
for God.
A spiritual thing, right. I do not get it.
It doesn't seem like it would do anything. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, there are a lot of people, like, there are a lot of health nuts that swear by fasting.
Sure.
And I don't get it, but whatever. They're thinner than I am, so I guess whatever. Who am I to argue with them?
Sure.
But then, like, the spiritual thing, I'm like, maybe you're just starving.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you do this and, like, maybe you were just hungry and not fucking seeing God.
Yeah. Because I gotta tell you, like, I get, like, real shaky if I don't have something every couple of hours. I mean, it doesn't have to be big.
Right.
But I get shaky. I get shaky and then I get hangry.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not okay. So, but they did the fasting and then they confessed.
Got it.
It was at Mizpah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Parentheses voice. It was at Mizpah that Samuel became Israel's judge.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
When the Philistine rulers heard that Israel had gathered at Mizpah, they mobilized their army and advanced. What are they thinking?
Didn't they just get done, like...
They just were like, here, your God is really good and strong. Here's your ship. Just go away now.
Although, no, they said no. This is not just recently, because they said that the Ark of the Covenant came back and sat for 20 years.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
And
they're like...
We forgot
whatever. Yeah, we
what
forgot
it's like to get our faces melted off.
They didn't get their faces melted off. They had tumors.
They got tumors, and they got their Dagon statues.
Yeah, knocked over.
Yeah. I would just be like, just let them have their God over there. Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't need it.
We don't know what was going on, really. If anything,
bunch of
was
war
going on.
stuff.
Yeah, war stuff.
Yeah.
And it was, way back.
Yeah. The Israelites were badly frightened when they learned that the Philistines were approaching.
Okay, yeah.
Don't stop pleading with the Lord our God to save us from the Philistines.
Yeah,
they begged Samuel. So Samuel took a young lamb and offered it to the Lord as a whole burnt offering.
Mm-hmm.
He pleaded with the Lord to help Israel, and the Lord answered him.
Wow.
Just as Samuel was sacrificing the burnt offering, the Philistines arrived to attack Israel. But the Lord spoke with a mighty voice of thunder from heaven that day, and the Philistines were thrown into such confusion that the Israelites defeated them.
Wait, so he was speaking, and that through, like, people could hear God?
Yeah. And he was like, fee, fi, fo, fum. And they were like, the fuck? And they were like, it's coming from over there. No, from over there.
Right.
And so then they were running around in circles. And so then they got killed.
Got it.
Because the Israelites were like, it's God. That's what happened.
I think no, but okay.
Do you like my replay?
That was great, yeah.
Okay. So the men of Israel chased them from Mizpah to a place below Beth-kar.
There's a lot of chasing in the Bible.
Slaughtering them all along the way.
And a lot of slaughtering, too.
Jesus Christ. When they just, like, skip over any niceties and they're like, no, slaughter. It was a fucking slaughter.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, damn.
At least they didn't torture these people.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yet, anyway.
Right. Oh, God, here we go.
Okay.
Samuel then took a large stone. See, I read that and I was like, oh no. But no.
Is this just to mark the area?
Yeah. It wasn't a stoning.
They're going to put another stone. This shall be known as something for... Yeah. And still is to this day.
Yeah. That is what... I haven't read ahead, but when I saw stone, I was like, oh no, they're going to throw stones at them. Oh,
they already killed... They slaughtered them.
They slaughtered them. Okay, so they took a large stone and placed it between the towns of Mizpah and Jeshanah. Okay. No, Jeshan. Yeah. He named it Ebenezer, which means the stone of help. Ah. For he said, up to this point, the Lord has helped us.
Okay. Up to this point.
But maybe not after.
Who knows after this point?
Who knows? Yeah. That God, he's kind of fickle.
Right.
And also, we humans really fucking suck.
Yeah.
And we have the attention span of a gnat.
And Jeff still has a fucking statue of Baal, so I mean, like, we're fucked. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So. No, Steve.
Why did you do that, Jeff? No, Steve was running away from the fucking... he didn't want to get his dick chopped.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Jeff has the Baal statue.
Yeah. And his wife has the fucking... What's the other one? Asherah pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what you were getting it confused with. Asherah. And this is Ashtaroth or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Philistines were subdued and didn't invade Israel again for some time. I mean, it could have been...
They didn't stop invading them, but for some time. They were like, eh.
I need to know what some time is, though, because it could have been like a few months to like 25 years.
Yeah. Hell, it could have been hundreds of years.
Yeah. Who knows? And throughout Samuel's lifetime, the Lord's powerful hand was raised against the Philistines. Okay. So
as long as Samuel lived, I guess.
Yeah. Several decades.
Right.
Okay. The Israelite villages near Ekron and Gath that the Philistines had captured were restored to Israel, along with the rest of the territory that the Philistines had taken.
Gotcha.
Oh, sorry. I had a yawn that just...
Yeah, you were like yawning. You were yawn reading.
I was. Yeah. I'm so sorry. So did you understand me, though?
I think so, yeah. So they took back land.
Yeah, from the Philistines.
Yeah, okay.
That the Philistines had taken.
Got it.
And then they took it back.
God helped.
God is great. God is good.
God helped them slaughter people.
Yeah. And there was peace between Israel and the Amorites in those days.
Peace, huh?
Wait, Amorites. Those are giants.
But I guess those are they the Philistines though? What is how are the Amorites connected here? Is that who the Philistines are?
I don't know.
That's weird. It's just kind of like they just threw that in there instead of saying Philistines.
It's like, are they saying and there was peace between Israel and Amorite, which is separate.
There's another thing you wanted to look up, but I think we need to look that up too, because that's weird. That they just I feel like that was something else.
I don't know who all these people are.
Right, but I don't know how that one. I don't understand that one. But okay.
Maybe are Philistines the same thing as Amorites?
That's what I was trying to. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Or are they saying, while all that shit was happening,
they were also at peace with these guys? They were
at peace with the Amorites. Right. I don't know.
But weren't they supposed to kill all the Amorites?
Oh, they sure were.
Okay.
They were supposed to kill all the Canaanites, which included the Amorites.
And they were supposed to not make peace with them, weren't they?
Yep. And they were supposed to not intermarry with them.
But God's still good with them, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just saying.
God's got his hand on them. And
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yep. No, you're good. Checking in. Yep.
Right.
Samuel continued as Israel's judge for the rest of his life.
Okay.
Each year he traveled around, setting up his court, first at Bethel, then at Gilgal, and then at Mizpah. He judged the people of Israel at each of these places. Then he would return to his home in Rama, and he would hear cases there too. And Samuel built an altar to the Lord at Rama. The end.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam's in charge now.
Yep.
Got it.
Sam's our guy.
And God's with them now. For now.
Because he slaughtered a lamb.
Right.
Sam the lamb. Sam did a lamb.
Yeah. So we're all good now.
And everything's nice. That's why I was yawning.
It's too boring.
Boring.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, I think we got a couple things to look up out of that chapter at least.
We sure did.
So that's something anyway.
So our Q&A this Saturday will be interesting.
Yeah, we'll have more than one question maybe.
Yay.
So, all right. Well, let's are we done for the day?
Yeah, we're done for the day.
We gotta go watch Indiana Jones.
We do. And then tomorrow we'll be back for 1 Samuel chapter 8.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Yep, bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Yesterday we watched Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, we did.
And then what did we do today?
We watched the last half of the movie.
But earlier today we forgot to post our fucking podcast
because we were so excited to watch the movie.
We were.
We got right off of recording and ran over to the couch and watched it.
Yeah.
And then you started to fall asleep like right at the midpoint.
Yeah, and so then we stopped it and we finished it today.
Yeah, but then you got up this morning and you were like, holy shit!
Well, he went to go try to play our podcast. I was like, where is it? Oh, shit. Haven't done that in a long time.
Yep.
But, yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's how good the movie is.
It was really good. So.
I mean, honestly, we're sitting there and, okay, I know this is the intro. Sorry, nothing. But... we're sitting there watching the movie. How many times have we seen this? Like, it's from our childhood.
I've got it memorized, for God's sakes.
And yet, still, at stressful scenes, we're like, ooh, like, is he going to make it? Or, ooh, that's gross.
Right.
Like, such a good movie, you guys.
It really is.
Even better now that we've, read some of the shit that it references.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was like they had, like, they looked like cherubim on the ark.
Yeah, you were looking for the ark.
I was like, damn, that's cool.
Oh, also, I read I'm so sorry, you guys. I read trivia that the robe that the guy wore during the ceremony.
Yeah.
Right before they open the ark.
Right.
At the end. That is very close to what is described in the Bible.
Interesting. Yeah. I wasn't looking for that. Although I thought like it was wasn't he wearing like a white robe?
But he had the vestments over it. Okay. It had like all the purple and shit like that.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't see pomegranates or nothing, but apparently like it.
That's why their faces melted off.
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't have the pomegranates.
If it wasn't for the pomegranates,
right? Yeah. He missed that bit.
And he also mispronounced some words.
Yeah.
So that definitely had impact on it.
All right, so let's
okay, yeah. So
what was in Samuel, or 1 Samuel
chapter
7?
Yeah.
What did we do?
Samuel became the judge, and he was like, "You guys give up your idols and shit," and they were like, "Yeah, okay."
Again.
And so they did. Yeah, but we probably know that they didn't.
Right. Jeff's still holding on to his.
Yes, and Samuel ruled for a bit.
Okay.
And that's basically all that happened.
And then today we're getting into 1 Samuel chapter 8. All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay. First Samuel chapter 8.
Samuel chapter 8.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you mimicking me or are you
never?
Mocking
I would never do that.
Are you mocking me?
Never.
You would, and you are. You better stop. Okay. Israel asked for a king.
They ask for a king.
Give me a king. You're the kingy man.
No.
That was very bad.
Yep.
You could edit that right out. As Samuel grew old, he appointed his sons to be judges over Israel.
Oh, yeah?
I bet he did.
So, wait. He can appoint judges? Like, this is like apparently. A monarchy that you get to appoint the next ruler?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, nobody fucking appointed him, did they? He just kind of took over the job?
Yeah.
I guess Eli did kick it.
The church put him in charge.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
fair enough.
His parents gave him to the church and
Eli fell over dead.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do?
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, he was already the judge and...
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's already old and assigned... I mean, like, what the hell? Isn't there a 2 Samuel?
There is a 2 Samuel.
What's going to happen? I mean, he's already almost dead, apparently.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, all right.
I haven't read it.
Sorry.
I didn't even know this book existed until we got into it. Shit, man.
All right.
Okay, so his sons. Okay, so they're going to rule over Israel. Joel and Abijah. I like that better.
Yeah.
His oldest sons held court in Beersheba. But they were not like their father, for they were greedy for money. They accepted bribes and perverted justice.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean...
Because dude was okay, but then he spoiled his kids,
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And power corrupts. I'm sorry.
Yep, it does.
But we've talked about it all along through this Bible.
Yep. The
people that are in charge, they take advantage of the grift. They definitely do. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt.
And they often get lost in that grift.
And they forget to pass on, don't forget that you, have to be responsible with the grift.
Right.
Like, here's the grift, but to keep it going, you have to actually do the littlest bare minimum of the work part of the grift.
Right.
So they didn't, because they were bratty boys.
Exactly.
Finally, all the elders of Israel met at Rama to discuss the matter with Samuel. Look, they told him, you are now old and your sons are not like you.
Yeah, not at all.
Prum. Give us a king to judge us like all the other nations have.
They're like, we don't want your son.
Yeah. Either of them. Any of them.
You need to pick somebody else.
You're okay, but your kids ain't.
Right.
But I think it's kind of cool that they like went to him and were like, pick a king.
Right, but the question is, does Samuel actually recognize that his kids are bad?
I
would have a hard time with that, I think. You know?
I don't know. I mean,
I would have a hard time with it, I think.
One of our kids ain't doing great right now, and we're kind of like displeased.
Well, yeah.
So
I guess
we're able to recognize that.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
We're not totally blind to our children's foibles.
Got it.
But I think Samuel was blind, because the very next sentence.
Yeah.
Samuel was displeased with their request and went to the Lord for guidance.
Ah.
I hope the Lord smacked them down. I'm curious
what the Lord's going to say here. Yeah.
Do everything they say to you, the Lord replied.
Oh.
For they are rejecting me, not you. What?
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, is God saying that he wants them, his shithead sons, to be in charge?
Apparently, they don't want me to be their king any longer. Ever since I brought them from Egypt, they have continually abandoned me and followed other gods. Okay,
I didn't get that from what they...
But God, you're not wrong, but that's a different subject.
Right, that had nothing to do with what was going on.
Yeah.
They don't want Samuel's sons to be in fucking charge, and sounds like for good reasons.
Yeah. So, again, God, I'm with you on this. You're right. We Israelites do fucking suck.
Yeah.
We do reject you over and over again, and we're dumb.
But that's not what's happening here.
Like, I actually am coming to you with the topic of my children.
Right.
You dumbass.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Well, I'd be pissed off if I was the people that he's saying is rejecting him, because I'm like, we didn't come here to reject God. Yeah. We came here to pick a better leader.
Yeah, so that we can
We don't want your fucking sons.
So that we can better praise you and worship you, God.
Yeah.
Because it
seems like when they have good leaders, they're in good.
Yeah.
If they have bad leaders, they suck. And if they're bad leaders, they're going to suck, and God's going to kill them.
Yeah. And now they are giving you the same treatment, God continued to Samuel.
Okay.
Do as they ask, but solemnly warn them about the way a king will reign over them.
Wait,
I see.
I thought that God and kings were like tight. Remember?
Yeah.
Like they were like kings were going to rule at the behest of God, essentially.
Well,
so this one's not?
I guess God is going to harden this next king's heart.
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. Because the people actually finally did something good.
Yeah. Oh, unless you're saying that his kids were good, I don't know what the fuck this is.
But it literally says that they're not good.
Right.
So,
and if we're to take the Bible at its word, which is what we're told we have to do,
right,
then they were bad.
They were bad. And
God wants them to be in charge over a king that Samuel would pick.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I really don't get it.
It's almost like God in this story is trying to make Samuel feel better. Like, I know, I can't believe he doesn't like your little shits.
Right?
I know. What are we going to do about that? You know, fine, let's just let him have a king. They'll see.
No, you know what? I think this is obviously God doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
This is Samuel pitching a fucking fit, and he's saying, God said I should put my kids in charge, but I'm going to let you have whatever you want. So.
Yeah. Yep. So Samuel passed on the Lord's warning to the people. Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck happened.
Right, yeah.
Who were asking him for a king. This is how a king will reign over you, Samuel said. Okay. The king will draft your sons and assign them to his chariots and his charioteers, making them run before his chariots. Only if you pick a shitty king.
But does that mean they're going to war, or what is that supposed to mean exactly?
I don't know. Some will be generals and captains in his army. Some will be forced to plow in his fields and harvest his crops. And some will make his weapons and chariot equipment.
Isn't that what they'd be doing anyway?
Probably.
They've been fighting people all along. They need food.
Yeah.
What is different here?
I don't know.
Okay.
But this could be bad. The king will take your daughters from you and force them to cook and bake and make perfumes for him. Not perfumes. He will take away the best of your fields and vineyards and olive groves and give them to his own officials. So he's like saying, either you pick my kids to be kings, or I'm going to pick the shittiest, meanest guy, and I will pay you back on my deathbed.
Right, but they said that his kids were grifting.
Yeah.
They were doing the same shit that he's saying they're going to do. Like, they're already doing that. But we already know they're going to suck.
He's like, you think these are bad? Just wait. I'll show you bad.
Well, I'm sorry, but if he's going to show them bad, he is actually going, yeah, you're right. He's going to pick the fucking worst person he could pick.
First, you know what? Samuel is a dick.
I agree.
Samuel's a dick.
Fuck his magic hair.
I was just going to say, magic hair or otherwise, fuck him. He will take 1/10 of your grain and your grape harvest and distribute it among his officers and attendants. He will take your male and female slaves. Take your slaves.
Yeah.
That, you shouldn't have slaves.
Oh, it actually says slaves, huh?
Yeah.
In Israel?
Yeah.
Interesting. I had somebody tell me the other day that there was no slaves in the Bible.
Oh, they haven't read it then.
I know, right. Yeah.
He will take your male and female slaves and demand the finest of your cattle and donkeys for his own use. He will demand 1/10 of your flocks, and you will be his slaves.
Oh, okay. All right.
When that day comes, you will beg for relief from this king you are demanding, but then the Lord will not help you.
Of course he won't, because he's a fucking dick, as always.
Except that God doesn't exist.
Right.
And so,
but if he did, he was a dick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But the people refused to listen to Samuel's warning. Even so, we still want a king, they said. We want to be like the nations around us. Our king will judge us and lead us into battle. So Samuel repeated to the Lord what the people had said. And the Lord said, do as they say and give them a king. Then Samuel agreed and sent the people home. The end.
Okay. So
don't even know what to think about this bullshit.
I think that it's crap. Because, his sons are shit.
Right. The leaders of the entire nation got together and were like, we have to do something about Samuel's kids. Samuel's going to die and his kids are horrendous.
And we know from previous experiences in the Bible, if God were real in the Bible, from what they say, he has the ability to change people's hearts and minds about certain issues. Yeah. So he could take anybody that's in charge and convince them that, hey, you're going to do a good job instead of a bad job.
Yeah.
So they conspire to have these Israelites fuck up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you fucked up and now I'm not going to help you. And they're like, please help us. And we're like, why is this the way it is?
The way it is.
I don't get it.
It's true. I hate it so much. It's a terrible story.
It really is. All right. Well, that was it for chapter 8 today.
Yep. And tomorrow we'll be back for 1 Samuel chapter 9.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Find out who the next king is.
Yeah. Find out. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
It seems like Samuel was going to pick a really shitty leader for him. Is that about the gist of it?
Yeah, because his sons were ruining the grift. They were horrible.
And apparently God's good with him picking a shitty leader.
And the people were like, can we not, though?
Yeah. They were like, even though God's going to apparently do bad things with this king or something, we still want him.
Yeah.
Because
more than your sons.
Your sons really fucking suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, okay. I guess we should say, don't forget to visit our merch store, you guys.
Yeah, it's at sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, and you can pick up some really great stuff there, atheist merch, science, and obviously podcast-themed merchandise. So let's go ahead and get into this chapter, which is what?
We are today reading 1 Samuel chapter 9.
All right.
Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 9, Saul, chosen king.
All right.
Spoilers. They're going to choose Saul.
They're going to choose, yeah.
There was
you know, it'd be really cool if they just, like, said that at the beginning and then chose somebody else. Like, ha, gotcha.
That would be actually cruel.
Right?
Just wanted to see if you were paying attention.
It was Paul, not Saul.
There was a wealthy, influential man named Kish from the tribe of Benjamin.
Okay.
That Prince song. You just want me for my Kish. Right?
You may have lost it, like, completely now.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
No.
I have so many songs in my head that, like, everything makes me think of a song.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
I don't even really like Prince, but that song was in the movie.
Somebody should
Pretty
take
Woman.
figure it out how many of these songs are from which decades, because I bet most of them are from the 80s.
80s and 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Early 90s.
Definitely.
Right?
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I'm just saying.
Kish was the son of Abiel, son of Zeror, son of Becheroth, son of Aphiah, of the tribe of Benjamin.
What do you think you have to do to get this job? Do you just, like, put in an application, say, hey, dude, I want to be king? Because, Samuel's got to pick him, right?
I mean, he clearly knew him already.
Right.
He didn't just, go over a bunch of resumes.
Yeah, right.
He was like, if I can't have my son, I'm going to have my son's best friend.
I guess.
Probably.
I mean, based on what he's going to do, it doesn't sound like he's much better than his sons.
Probably.
So.
Okay, so Kish's son Saul was the most handsome man in Israel. That is a positive attribute.
And who determined that exactly? Like,
I did.
Everybody looks different to other people,
He was symmetrically pleasing.
Okay, got it.
Head and shoulders taller than anyone else in the land.
Oh, well, that's what it was. The tallness makes you sexy.
Because you know why he was tall? Because they've been intermarrying with the fucking Amorite giants.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
Interesting.
I bet he was part giant if he was so fucking tall.
They're on good terms with him.
One day, Kish's donkeys strayed away, and he told his son Saul, take a servant with you and go look for my fucking donkeys.
Yeah, go get those asses.
Nyah, nyah, nyah. So Saul took one of the servants and traveled through the hill country of Ephraim, the land of Shalishah, the Shalom area, and the entire land of Benjamin.
The entire land of Benjamin. Didn't miss a bit of it. It was the entire thing.
But you know what?
What?
They couldn't find the donkeys anywhere.
Fucking donkeys. Goddamn.
I lost my ass.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I seem to have misplaced my ass. Finally, they entered the region of Zuph.
Were they in Zuph?
Zuph.
Are they in Zuph?
Zuph. Zuph. And Saul said to his servant, let's go home. By now my father will be more worried about us than the donkeys. Right, yeah. I bet not.
I mean, donkeys are worth a pretty penny, right?
Yeah, my son ain't worth nothing.
Right, yeah.
But the servant said, I just thought of something. Light bulb.
Yeah.
There's a man of God who lives here in this town.
Of course there is.
Man of God?
I don't know.
I thought they were all men of God. He means like a priesty guy.
Yeah, I think that's,
okay. He is held in high honor by all the people because everything he says comes true.
Everything.
Sounds like a witch to me. Burn him.
No, remember, if it comes true, you're with God. Mm-hmm. But if it doesn't come true, then you burn and get stoned.
Because you're a grifty fuck.
Yeah.
So don't profit.
Right.
Or prophesize.
Yeah, don't make those, whatever.
Okay. Not to be confused with prophylactic. What?
In any way whatsoever.
Yeah. Let's go find him. Perhaps he could tell us which way to go. But, Saul replied, we don't have anything to offer him.
But he's a priesty guy, so he should just do it for,
Okay, listen to me.
What?
That's what people say about artists. And you know what? Artists don't work for free.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Yeah.
Even our food is gone and we don't have a thing to give them. Well, the servant said, I have one small silver piece. We can at least offer it to the man of God and see what happens. He's like, let's try.
Might as well give it a shot, right?
Try. Give him a
silver piece for a bunch of donkeys?
For my butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, parentheses voice.
Okay.
In those days, if people wanted a message from God, they would say, let's go ask the seer, for prophets used to be called seers.
Ah.
Okay. All right, Saul agreed. Let's go try it. So they started into the town where the man of God lived. As they were climbing the hill to the town, they met some young women. Wow, wow. Coming out to draw water. Is that what
they're always going out to draw water. That's where they always meet them at,
It reminds me,
that's like the place where they all hang out. The cool kids are there.
Yeah. It reminds me of in Jungle Book, at the very end, the boy Mowgli.
Yeah.
Mowgli saw his first human was a girl coming to draw water. And the song was, she must go to fetch the water. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
It was pretty. And
I'm sure you're right.
She had it balanced on her head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Saul and his servant asked, is the seer here today? Yes, they replied. Stay right on this road. He is at the town gates. He has just arrived to take part in a public sacrifice
How
up
lucky.
at the place of worship.
Awesome.
Hurry and catch him before he gets up there to eat.
Yeah.
The guests won't begin eating until he arrives to bless the food. They got to GPS their way up there. Yeah. So they entered the town, and as they passed through the gates, Samuel was coming out. Wait, what happened? I lost my place. Sorry.
Samuel was coming out
toward them to go up to the place of worship.
Okay.
Oh, here comes Samuel. Now the Lord had told Samuel the previous day, about this time tomorrow, I'm going to send you a man from the land of Benjamin.
Oh.
Anoint him to be the leader of my people Israel. He will rescue them from the Philistines, for I have looked down on my people in mercy and have heard their cry.
Wait. It was just yesterday they were telling us that he was going to fuck them over.
Yeah, and now today...
And now he's going to rescue them?
Yeah.
God's
a fickle beast.
But is it... Which one's... Okay, whatever.
It's both. It's both. Whatever mood he's in the moment. Not even that day. In the moment.
How do you read this book and not just like lose your goddamn mind over the bullshit that gets said from one chapter to the next? It's so crazy.
You never know if you're supposed to stand firm or like soften your heart.
Right.
You never know. You're always doing wrong. Whatever you choose is wrong. You're bad and wrong always.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah. When Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said, "That's the man I told you about."
Yeah.
He gonna rule the people.
Definitely that guy right there.
That guy.
He's missing his ass, but he's going to be king.
God leaned down and he goes, "That one!
Yeah.
That's the one!" Just then, Saul approached Samuel at the gateway and asked, "Can you please tell me where the seer's house is?" "I'm the seer," Samuel replied. I'm the seer.
Oh, he was the
seer. Me. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I'm the man of God. I'm the prophet. I'm the one.
So, yeah.
It's me.
Okay.
You came to see me, just like God said you would.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Go up to the place of worship ahead of me. We will eat there together, and in the morning, I'll tell you what you want to know and send you on your way.
Huh.
And don't worry about those donkeys that were lost 3 days ago, for they have just been found. Wah, wah.
Wow.
And I'm here to tell you that you and your family are the focus of all Israel's hopes.
Wow. Nothing, no burden here. No, don't worry about anything.
That's not what I came for.
Right.
I just wanted to know, can you help me find my ass?
I just need my donkeys. I didn't want all of Israel's burdens.
Right,
Sorry.
Right. Saul replied, "But I'm only from the tribe of Benjamin, the smallest tribe in Israel."
Yeah.
And not only that, but remember, Benjamin's tribe was the one that was all rapey just a while back and got all murdered, and then the people cried
because
that's right. The tribe of Benjamin.
Shit, they weren't just the smallest; they were like down to like just a few thousand.
And then they stole 400.
They stole women from the fields.
Well, first they stole 400 from the tribe that didn't fight them, and then they stole 200 more from the fields.
Right.
So I mean,
but that means that there's only like 1,200.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is the same time frame, there's only like 1,200 to a couple thousand of them left.
So he's not just the smallest tribe; he's the smallest of the smallest tribe.
Right.
Like, we're still trying to get our shit together from that time that we were rapey fucks.
Yeah.
And bride stealers. So, and my family is the least important of all the families of that tribe. Why are you talking like this to me? He's like, I'm kind of Moses-ish. Like, I'm a nothing burger.
Right.
Why are you picking me?
Yeah.
It's supposed to make us, the reader, and potential Christians feel like, see, we're all called, even the most simple among us. Then Samuel brought Saul and his servant into the hall and placed them at the head of the table, honoring them above the 30 special guests. Could you imagine?
You just walk into town to find your ass, and they're like, "Oh, you're the honored guest, and now you're going to lead us."
Well, okay, let's make it like today's times. Like, one time I went somewhere and I left my purse there. Right? And I had to go back and find my purse. And I'm like, has anybody seen a purse? It looks like this, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my God, you're the new store manager." Like, no, I just wanted to find my purse. The fact that I left it makes me exactly unqualified for the position.
Right. But no, we want to give you hundreds of thousands of dollars to run the store. Yeah. And all you got to do is sit here. Yeah. Okay? That's it.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, okay.
Are you going to feed me?" And can I bring my husband?
Right.
Yeah. Samuel then instructed the cook to bring Saul the finest cut of meat, the piece that had been set aside for the guest of honor.
Oh.
Damn. So the cook brought in the meat and placed it before Saul. "Go ahead and eat it," Samuel said. "I was saving it for you even before I invited these others."
Oh, wow.
Damn.
So it wasn't set aside for their honored guest. It was set aside for...
He
is the honored guest. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right. Got it.
So this, to go back to our example, they're like, this is the most ergonomic office chair and ergonomically positioned keyboard and computer. I mean, we were saving this for you.
Yeah.
Come in and rule our store.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So Saul ate with Samuel that day. I bet he did. I bet he did.
Yeah.
When they came down from the place of worship and returned to town, Samuel took Saul up to the roof of the house. I hope it had scaffolding, battlement. Yeah. So he didn't fall and then
he could get in trouble for murder.
Samuel would be a murderer.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah. He took him up to the roof of the house and prepared a bed for him there. Their roofs must be different. People slept on roofs? Their roofs must be different than our roofs.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Nobody sleeps on roofs anymore.
I mean, I don't know. Like, would you spend the night out there, like, to look at the stars?
If it was going to be a nice night, yeah.
Like, think about a nice balcony, right?
Yeah, we definitely. If it was going to be a nice night, definitely. Yeah. For sure.
So, I mean, I got no beef with that. It's just, like, we're not used to that.
Right.
But I would sleep outdoors. We sleep in tents.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go camping.
Yep.
I say that like I've ever been camping with you. We've never been camping together.
Because you don't like camping.
No, but we did one time. We walked up to the park at the elementary school and we laid on the bridge thingy, the playground, and we looked at the stars.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. That was so romantic.
Yeah.
We should do that again next century.
Next century? Okay.
Well, you and me both get bitten up easily.
Yeah.
I don't like the bugs.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. At daybreak, the next morning, Samuel called to Saul, "Get up! It's time you were on your way. Bye." So Saul got ready, and he and Samuel left the house together. When they reached the edge of town, Samuel told Saul to send his servant on ahead. After the servant was gone, Samuel said, "Stay here, for I have received a special message for you from God." The end.
Stay here. Don't move. I'll be back.
And I guess we got to stay tuned to find out what this special message was.
After these messages.
We'll be right back. Okay, so I guess that ends that. And that was 1 Samuel chapter 9. Join us tomorrow for 1 Samuel chapter 10 and to find out what that very important message was.
Yep, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. So don't forget to visit us tomorrow to find out what happens at that cliffhanger for 1 Samuel chapter 10.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
The guy picked another guy to lead the guys.
Actually, I'm glad you left that so open because I have something to clarify. Okay, so basically it was Saul was looking for his lost asses.
Yeah.
And Samuel was like, "You're going to be king."
Right.
And we were like, "Oh, that's cute," because he came from nowhere.
Yeah.
We were wrong. Right in the first sentence of 1 Samuel chapter 9, it says, there was a wealthy, influential man named Kish.
Okay.
And it was his son Saul.
But he said later that he was one of the lower people in the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
Who is also a low tribe. So,
yeah, but
how does that correlate exactly?
Okay, I don't know. The tribe of Benjamin is clearly the smallest of the tribe.
Right, especially after.
Not a lot of, yeah.
Yeah. But having said that, his father, Saul's father, was a wealthy, influential man. Gotcha. So, I think that, speculation here, I think that Samuel was trying to have it both ways. He was like, okay, fine, if I have to choose somebody, not my sons, I'm going to choose somebody that I still pick somebody else's son. And he has the idea in his head that
if they come from the tribe of Benjamin, that
maybe
they're going to be shitty.
Well, and maybe he could control them or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Okay.
But anyway, just wanted to add that into the mix. We are about to read 1 Samuel chapter 10, but I want to remind everyone to go visit our merch store.
Yeah, definitely. Sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. And just click on the links to the merch store, and you'll find some of our podcasting gear there. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into this.
Okie dokie. Okay, 1 Samuel chapter 10.
Okay.
Then Samuel took a flask of olive oil and poured it over Saul's head.
Wait, what? What the fuck is that?
He's anointing him.
Oh, okay. But like a whole fucking flask? I'd be like, dude, couldn't you just put a few drops? Like, I don't know, like a whole thing?
He's anointing him. It's a thing.
I guess.
He kissed Saul and said, I am doing this because the Lord has appointed you to be the ruler over Israel, his special possession.
I'm pretty sure he's appointing them. Mm-hmm. I mean, just,
Yeah. Yes, let us not forget. This is all a grift.
Right.
When you leave me today, continued Samuel.
Yes.
You will see two men besides Rachel's tomb at Zelzah. Okay. On the border of Benjamin. They will tell you that the donkeys have been found and that your father has stopped worrying about them and is now worried about you.
Ah.
He is asking, have you seen my son? When you get to the Oak of Tabor.
Why do they need two guys standing there to tell him that? Like, is it just like, couldn't they have told his dad, like, yeah, he's fine, he's coming up soon, whatever.
This is the beginning of learning how to tell a proper story, and they're still feeling their oats here.
Got it, okay.
Okay, so when you get to the Oak of Tabor,
sure,
you will see three men coming toward you who are on their way to worship God at Bethel.
Okay.
One will be bringing 3 young goats.
Yes, okay.
Another will have 3 loaves of bread. What?
Okay.
And the third will be carrying a wineskin full of wine.
Yeah. For their sacrificing stuffy.
I want some wine. We should get some wine after this.
Got it.
They will greet you, these 3 guys, continued Samuel, and offer you 2 of the loaves of bread, which you are to accept.
Oh.
What if I don't want it?
I mean, but you're to accept them.
Okay. Thank you. Do I have to eat them now?
Is he like proving his like psychicness through God type thing here?
He's just giving them instructions.
This is like one of those things where they're like, see, they said it would happen in the Bible, and then it happened in the Bible, so God must be real.
No, I'm betting that he is having Samuel is having Saul given these things so that Saul can then give them to someone else somewhere else. He's not accepting the bread for himself. He's gonna. I'm betting. I haven't read this, but I'm betting he's got to take the bread somewhere and do something with it.
Okay, all right.
He's like, I think Samuel is like saying, "Here, you're gonna meet these 3 guys. They're gonna give you the tools that you're gonna need to go do some kind of fucking sacrifice or offering."
Okay,
that's my guess.
All right, fine. Okay. Yep.
When you arrive at Gibeah of God, where the garrison of the Philistines is located, you will meet a band of prophets coming down from the place of worship.
A band of prophets. Not just like a prophet, but a band of them.
And not just a couple. You're going to meet a couple prophets. No,
a band.
A band.
They talk in unison like, you will, blah, 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 blah. Like they speak. Since they're all prophets.
Like a band, right?
No, that's not, no. No,
okay.
A band is a lot.
Excuse you. They will be playing a harp, a tambourine, a flute, and a lyre. And they will be prophesying.
I was completely wrong there.
Fuck
I'm
you.
Sorry. not only are they musicians, but they're musicians who can tell the future.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. These are some witchy trombone players.
Yeah.
At that time, the Spirit of the Lord will come powerfully upon you, and you will prophesy with them.
Oh. So you're a prophet too, apparently.
You're a prophet now, bitch.
I guess.
Boom, prophet. I didn't know that men had the power to just be like, you're a prophet now.
Well, God probably has the ability to make them a prophet. So, I mean, assuming God real,
I guess.
Which is not, but assuming that, I guess God could make him a prophet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about a lot of things in this fucking book.
That is true. You will be changed into a different person, continued Samuel.
Okay.
I wonder if he's going to change his name.
I don't know.
Like, a lot of these people change their names.
If somebody told you that if you do this, you're going to be changed into a different person, would you go through with what you're doing?
I mean, it like, I would ask questions.
Right?
Like, I would have questions. Like, can I still be a different person that's married to my current spouse?
Right.
Can I still have my children?
Well, I still like, banana nut bread.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's one of my favorites.
Could I be richer in this other version so that I could afford things better? Not a yacht. I don't need a yacht.
Right. But maybe like a Tesla, you know?
I don't need that either.
No?
I'm not about Musk.
I'm just saying. I'm just a Tesla, though. It's nice. They're nice.
Whatever. I can't
Save
support Elon Musk. I can't. I cannot support Elon Musk.
Okay, whatever.
There are other electric cars out there.
I'm not a big fan of Musk either, but those cars, man.
There are other electric cars out there.
Yeah, and they aren't as good.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
That's a different subject for a different day. We're getting out of hand here. I'm just saying, I would ask questions.
Okay, all right.
I'm not opposed to being a different person.
Okay.
I would have questions as well.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, after these signs take place, do what must be done, for God is with you.
What must be done?
I mean, first I have to pee. Then I have to have some coffee.
Right, yeah.
Then I have to pee again.
Okay.
Then I need to drink some water because I'm probably dehydrated.
At some point, do you need to kill some people?
I have to check my planner.
Okay.
I'm just going through what I need to do when I wake up in the morning.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And I have to check my planner to see what the fuck I'm doing that day.
Right.
Because when I wake up, I do not remember anything ever.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then, I don't know, things and stuff.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, God is with you, and you're going to do magic and
things.
And you're going to do what you need to do, whatever it is.
Yes.
Then, after you've done the things you need to do that aren't specified, then go down to Gilgal ahead of me. I will join you there to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. You must wait for 7 days until I arrive and give you further instructions. If I was Saul, I would be like, can I talk to my dad first? This all seems like weird.
Right.
Like, this is all so sudden.
Right.
You know, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
As Saul turned and started to leave, like, it sounds like he's just shrugging and going, Booker.
Right.
Or like the Pete Davidson version of okay from SNL when he goes, okay.
Right.
As Saul turned and started to leave, God gave him a new heart.
A new heart?
A new one.
Jesus.
Like in addition to, or did he just change it?
I don't know. Like, did you swap it out? Yeah.
Exchange it. I don't know. Because if he has two, he could be a new Doctor Who. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And all Samuel's signs were fulfilled that day.
Okay. All those things that they said, they happened.
I want a new heart. Do you want a new heart?
I don't think they mean it physically. I think they mean like God instilled some sort of like thing into him and made him
like emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah, he's like a.
Why do you have to kill all my dreams?
I don't know. It'd be more fun to think it was a real heart though.
Right.
Just swapped it out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That could be a book. I'm gonna write that story.
Yeah.
God gave me a new heart.
I mean, he did take a rib out of fucking Adam, so
he really did with his God LASIK vision.
Right. Yeah.
I remember. When Saul and his servant arrived at Gibeah, they saw a group of prophets coming toward them.
Okay.
Then the Spirit of God came powerfully upon Saul, and he too began to prophesy.
As was prophesied. It's amazing.
I know.
Right?
So
this totally means that God is real, right?
Samuel said these things are going to happen. And then the Bible said, and they all came true.
Yeah.
And now they're telling us
that it came true.
And this is the thing that came true, which was already prophesied.
It's got to be a miracle, right? Like, this has got to be just, unbelievable.
This is totally proof of God's existence. I followed you. Yeah.
In no way whatsoever.
I totally believe now. I'm a believer.
No.
If I was suddenly a believer overnight, would you divorce me?
Yes.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
No, I'd have a conversation at least.
Again, I have questions.
Yeah.
I have questions.
I'd be like, I'd get on the podcast and be like, guys, I really need some fucking help. This is our address. I need you to show up.
Oh my God. Damn, you're going to dox your own wife?
I'm just saying, like,
Jesus.
you should take on God. I'm going to be like, oh, we got to fix this.
Yeah. Get a rope.
Right? Not a rope. Jesus.
I was just quoting an old, what was it? It was like picante sauce commercial. You don't remember?
You're quoting an old picante sauce? Is that how you say that?
Picante. Yeah.
Okay. You're quoting an old picante sauce commercial.
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Well, somebody out there does.
I'm sure you're right.
Get a rope. Because they used the wrong picante sauce.
Okay. All right. I got it.
You know.
I don't actually know.
You guys know. You listeners. You guys know.
I don't think they do.
They do.
No.
They do.
I'm usually right. Who knows what?
Okay, you know what? We only ever hear from the people that are like, wife is wrong and dumb. We have no idea.
And wife needs somebody to stand up for her.
Yeah.
You need somebody to say, yeah, I knew that.
I knew that commercial.
So somebody should reach out for wife and be like, yeah, I knew that commercial. If you know that commercial, don't just sit on the information. You got to share it and let wife know that you knew about it.
Yeah.
Because she really needs that support right now.
It's true. Now I got to go look it up and I have to fucking tweet it so that I can be right.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, when those who knew Saul, the new Saul,
the new Saul,
the old
the one
Saul,
with the new heart.
No, when those who knew the old Saul.
Oh, the old Saul, the old heart.
Saul, yeah.
Okay.
When they heard about it, they exclaimed, "What? Is even Saul a prophet?"
I'm kind of shocked myself, you know?
Huh? How did the son of Kish become a prophet?
It's a great question. I'd say God, God.
You think I captured that correctly?
I think, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of those standing by let me read that again.
Okay.
And one of those standing there said, "Can anyone become a prophet no matter who his father is?" So that is the origin of the saying, "Is even Saul a prophet?"
Oh, wait, that's a thing? That's what it says?
So that is the origin of the saying, "Is even Saul a prophet?"
I'm definitely going to have to use that one sometime. Is even Saul a prophet?
Is
like,
even
what?
Saul a prophet?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that
Because, we have this issue with all these prophets out here these days.
Yeah.
So.
Or the next time that somebody's giving you grief on Twitter, and because they're know-it-alls and think they know everything,
right.
Then you could be like, "Sigh, is even Saul a prophet?"
Right.
It's a saying.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever heard
I love how they just announce that things are sayings in the Bible, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like if I came up to my kid and I was like, back in the 60s, they used to say things were groovy.
Right, yeah.
But only worse, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Like, we all know that groovy was a thing, but this is thousands of years old.
Right.
And it didn't live well. It didn't hold up.
No.
Like Friends, like the show Friends, it didn't
you would
hold
think
up over time.
Being God's word, it would hold up. But
you would think that God would have that ability.
Yeah.
Since he can change hearts out.
Right. He can make us still think that that's the same as we're saying.
But it's not. Nobody in the history of ever has ever said that, except for that one guy.
Right, yeah.
When Saul had finished prophesying, they keep saying prophesying, and I wonder if they mean prophesizing.
Who cares?
I do, because I love words.
But is it like prophesying the action of doing the prophesizing? Prophesizing could be the result of a prophesying.
No. I think you're wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're wrong.
All right.
That's a grammar thing. We'll have to look that shit
I know,
up.
that's what I'm
but
saying.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Or maybe they just mean the same thing.
I don't know.
Who knows?
When Saul had finished prophesying, he went up to the place of worship. "Where have you been?" Saul's uncle asked him and his servant. We were looking for the donkeys," Saul replied, "but we couldn't find them, so we went to Samuel to ask him where they were."
And then I became king.
No, that's the end of what he says.
Okay.
I mean, this section continues.
Okay.
But he didn't go, he just stopped there.
Oh.
He just said, "We asked Samuel where they were."
Okay.
That's why I used that tone.
Got it.
"Oh? And what did he say?" his uncle asked. "He told us that the donkeys had already been found."
Yeah.
I mean, Saul is not...
He's not
He's not
giving any extra information here.
Mm-mm. He's making people play 20 questions.
Right? Yeah.
But Saul didn't tell his uncle what Samuel said about the kingdom. He was probably embarrassed. Like,
you think?
These two freaks came up and, were telling me stuff. And, I don't know. It sounds weird. I'm not about it. I'm not sure it's all real.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Or either that or maybe his uncle's a dick.
That could be.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, so later, Samuel called all the people of Israel to meet before the Lord at Mizpah.
All the people of Israel?
All the people of Israel.
Damn, that's a lot of people.
Did he send smoke signals? Or
I don't know.
Carrier pigeons?
I have no idea.
Did they have runners?
Maybe.
And he said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, has declared. I brought you from Egypt and rescued you from the Egyptians and from all the nations that were oppressing you." So he's quoting God again.
Yeah.
Okay?
Do you think if God were to show up today, he'd say, "I rescued you from the Egyptians"? Because he loved to say that in the Bible.
He really did, but
it's kind of irrelevant these days.
I don't think that it would hold much weight.
Right. I'd be like, "I never been there, dude. What do I care?"
None of my relatives, at least 5 to 10 generations back,
right,
have anything to do with Egypt.
Right.
So, like, I get that maybe that happened once, but not
get over it, dude.
Not in anything that impacts me today.
Right?
So,
yeah.
Get with the times, God.
Yeah.
But, continued, what's his name? Samuel quoting God.
Wait, Samuel? I thought this was
This is Samuel quoting God.
Oh, okay.
This is the Lord, the God of Israel, has declared, I brought you from Egypt and rescued from the Egyptians, blah, 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 blah. But though I have rescued you from your misery and distress, you have rejected your God today and have said, no, we want a king instead. Oh, so they weren't mad. Samuel and God weren't mad about who they were picking as king. They were mad that the people wanted a king at all.
Okay.
Because judges were supposed to suffice. Even though judges were basically kind of like kings because they were leaders who judged.
Well, and also they failed like it was like back and forth. They would fail and they'd succeed. They'd fail and they'd succeed.
Yeah.
Like, so it was a stupid system.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, I mean, if I was an Israelite, I'd be like, can we try something different? Because this keeps sucking.
We need somebody in charge to, like, I don't know, build irrigation that works.
Yeah, right.
Like, across neighbors, you know?
Sure.
Like if we have policemen on our area, they're not going to work well in somebody else's area. So could we have some kind of system? I don't know why I use policemen because I'm not a fan of policemen. I'm thinking like sidewalks. That's a better example.
Okay.
Like, could their sidewalks line up with our sidewalks so that it's not like we get to the end of our land and our sidewalk just fucking ends?
Right.
Like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
We need somebody in charge to, like, help the different areas pull it all together.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's why they wanted a king.
Yeah.
And God's like, fine, you don't want me anymore? And they're like, no, we do. But we need somebody here on earth to help. They're not. I think God has got it wrong.
God's a jealous little shit.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
The people are not saying by having a king, we denounce God.
Right. I mean, they would be stupid to because God keeps fucking them up when when they say things that they aren't supposed to say.
Exactly.
But instead, he lets them do the thing that he doesn't want them to do instead of just saying, we can do this really good the other way, and I'm God, so we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He's just
come over here, guys.
He's like, well, I'm going to let you guys suffer.
Yeah.
And kill you.
Yeah.
Because,
And then be mean to you and mad at you for the suffering that you did.
Right. Because I'm awesome and I'm God. And I can.
I can.
Yeah.
I can. And my ways aren't yours to understand. Whatever. Now, therefore, present yourselves before the Lord by tribes and clans.
Okay.
They got to line up before God.
This sounds a lot like when they lined up at... remember when they lined up at Jericho and the guy had
he had stolen the silver?
Things? They lined them up by tribes and clans.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This does
not bode well
based on the last time.
This is a little ominous.
Right?
So Samuel brought all the tribes of Israel before the Lord, and the tribe of Benjamin was chosen by lot. Then he brought each family of the tribe of Benjamin before the Lord, and the family of the Matrites was chosen.
Okay.
I don't know what a Matrite is.
It's a family.
Oh, okay.
I guess, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the family of.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Matrite?
Sure. Why not?
And finally, Saul, son of Kish, was chosen from among them. But
Okay, all right. Go ahead, because I thought he was already chosen.
He's pre-chosen. He's pre-approved like a Visa card.
So is this just like a fucking...
That was funny, and you rolled right over it.
Pre-approved like a Visa. Yeah, I got it. Sorry. I apologize. That was funny.
He was...
Everybody else out there is laughing right now.
Fuck off. He was pre-approved to apply to be king.
There you go. Yeah. Pre-approved to apply.
Just like a Visa card.
Okay.
When you get all those junk mails that say, you've been pre-approved.
Right. Yeah.
To apply.
It's funny.
Just like everybody fucking
I'm laughing,
else.
I promise.
I hate you so much right now. Stop being mean to me this episode.
I'm not being mean.
You are. Stop it.
Okay, I'm stopping.
Stop. Get your shit under control.
It's under control.
Okay. So, all right. So they're lining up and all these people, and then one from each tribe was chosen. Saul, son of Kish, was chosen from among them.
Yeah.
But when they looked for him, he had disappeared.
Oh, no,
Where'd
not that.
Saul go?
What happened?
What happened? So they asked the Lord, where is he?
Yeah, where's Saul?
And the Lord replied, he's hiding among the baggage. Why?
Why? What the fuck, dude?
Why is he hiding and why among the baggage?
Right? It's ridiculous.
He was like, he got picked, and then he was like, excuse me, I'll be right back. I just have to go take care of something.
Right, yeah.
And then he went and hid behind the baggage.
Yeah, that's funny. That is really funny.
And God's like, he's over there.
Right, and God's like, I'm not fucking around. He's over there.
Yeah.
Go get him.
So they found him and brought him out, and he stood head and shoulders above anyone else.
Head and shoulders. He's an Amorite.
Yeah. I think that's my secret belief.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Because the tribe of Benjamin were some nasty ass fucks, and I think that they fucked with the Amorites, literally.
Yeah.
And I think that they are Amorites.
Sounds like a good reasoning to me.
Yeah. Then Samuel said to all the people, "This is the man the Lord has chosen as your king. No one in all Israel is like him." And all the people shouted, "Long live the king!"
Yeah.
Then Samuel told the people what the rights and duties of a king were.
Okay.
He wrote them down on a scroll and placed it before the Lord.
Oh.
Wait. Scroll, huh?
He told the Lord what the rules are?
No. He
wrote them on a scroll and placed them before the Lord.
Well, yeah. He's saying, here are the rules we've agreed upon. Okay. Oh, great God who is in heaven powerful, blah, 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 blah.
Got it.
He's doing it for like a ceremony blessing thing.
Got it.
Then Samuel sent the people home again. Everybody across Israel, get over here. Okay, we did a vote and we wrote some shit down. Everybody from Israel, go home now. Really? Then Samuel sent the people home again. When Saul returned to his home at Gibeah, a group of men whose hearts God had touched went with him. I love it when God touches hearts, and I hate it when God doesn't touch hearts.
Right.
You know?
Or hardens hearts.
Yeah. It seems really willy-nilly how it happens.
It seems really shitty, and like, why do you get to choose who you're going to... Like, you're just determining who's going to live and die.
Why don't you just touch all the hearts and make them all be nice?
Right, yeah.
Let's all be nice to each other.
Yeah, you're God.
All have good hearts. Let's not have any hard hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Totally.
But there were some scoundrels who complained. Scoundrels! Scallywags!
Yeah.
You herf nerder.
Herf nerder?
It's from Star Wars. What the fuck?
That's funny. I thought it was nerf herder.
That's what I said.
You said herf nerder.
Did I really? Yes, oh my god. Dyslexia strikes
That's why I was laughing.
Oh my god. Did I really say that?
You did. You said herf nerder.
Wow. That's really bad.
Luckily it's recorded so we can prove that.
No, I totally believe you on that one. I literally totally believe you on that one because I have done that shit before.
Yeah.
I am dyslexic, you know. Sorry, guys. Okay. Nerf herder.
Yeah.
How can this man save us?
Yeah.
These guys said.
Right.
And they scorned him and refused to bring him gifts.
Yeah.
But Saul ignored them. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
I have to use some parentheses voice.
Parentheses voice. Okay.
Nahash, king of the Ammonites, had been grievously oppressing the people of Gad and Reuben, who lived east of the Jordan River. He gouged out the right eye of each of the Israelites living there, and he didn't allow anyone to come and rescue them. In fact, all of the Israelites east of the Jordan, there wasn't a single one whose right eye Nahash had not gouged out.
Oh my gosh.
But there were 7,000 men who had escaped from the Ammonites, and they had settled in Jabesh Gilead.
Last I had heard, they were on good terms with the Amorites.
Ammonites.
Ammonites. Oh.
These are different.
They're not Amorites. They're Ammonites.
Ammonites.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was the end.
That was the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a king now that was chosen by Lot, but not really.
Right.
And now we're going to find out what happens with this dude.
Is even Saul a prophet now?
Is even Saul a prophet? Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
So tomorrow, we are going to be doing a Q&A.
Okay.
And then, Sunday we'll be doing our replay of the week.
Yep.
Our weekly replay.
Yep.
And then Monday we will be back for 1 Samuel chapter 11.
All right. We will see you guys tomorrow for the Q&A.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
It's a Q&A.
It sure the fuck is.
So, do you know what I'm talking about today?
Samuel. Duh.
No, I'm not really talking about Samuel.
You're not really talking about Samuel?
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm not interested in him.
No. Okay.
He's boring.
Okay.
I am interested in a thing called emerods.
Emerods?
I'll tell you about it in a minute.
I don't even remember this. Should I remember this?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it in a minute.
All right.
And Ashtaroth.
I remember Ashtaroth.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into this.
All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about emerods first.
Emerods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let me pull you back in a ways.
Sure.
Do you remember in chapter I think it was 6 with the mice, the gold mice and the gold tumors?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's where we're going with this.
Okay.
Okay. Those tumors in other Bible translations, like not the one that we're reading,
Okay.
they were actually referred to as emerods.
Okay.
Which is another word for hemorrhoids.
Oh.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, that changes things.
Right.
The word emerod comes from the words to swell, and in another language I can't remember right now, mound. Yeah.
Okay.
And so
aren't hemorrhoids on like the
butt?
The butt. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
They died of this shit.
They did.
Jesus.
There's
fucking deathly hemorrhoids.
Right. There's a part that says they had emerods in their secret parts.
Oh God.
Yeah. So here are other words besides tumors.
So there's good things about reading the fucking tame version.
Yeah. Tumors, boils, hemorrhoids, or swollen lymph nodes even.
Yummy.
Okay. And the swollen lymph nodes would have been a symptom of the bubonic plague.
Oh.
Which was transmitted by animals such as the mice or rats.
Interesting.
That were in the land of the Philistines.
So it was a reference to the bubonic plague then.
That's what many researchers believe.
Huh.
Yeah. And there's a question, like in some translations it says rats, in others it says mice.
Got it.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the bubonic plague would have been delivered by mice.
And if I'm not mistaken, the bubonic plague had nothing, in fact, zero to do with God.
I mean, it went wherever the ark went, but that could have been because the people delivering it carried the rats or mice with them.
Yeah. It's a fucking disease.
Yeah.
That was spreadable, that you could spread.
Exactly. So that's emerods. Okay. I thought that was like, I couldn't pass that up.
Right.
Okay, so, bloody buttholes. Got it.
That's really fucking disgusting.
I know. Could you imagine if you had a plague of that and your neighbors start complaining
that would be one fucked up town. Like the things. Oh.
Oof.
Nope.
Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is Ashtaroth. Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if you recall, but she was a goddess along with Baal that was being worshipped.
Wasn't she like the mother of all gods?
The mother goddess. Yep. In one myth, she is the goddess of the sea and of fishermen and the wife of the god Baal.
Okay.
And she's also been referred to as the Queen of Heaven.
Okay.
And she is thought to have been a fertile source of life.
Got it.
However, much like Baal, it's also the term Ashtaroth is also a generic term. So you know how we have like capital G God, but then we have lowercase g little gods, right? Just gods in general. And then we have capital B with the emphasis Baal, meaning that one guy. And then we have other, when we refer to they had Baal, like lowercase guy.
Yeah.
Ashtaroth is the same way. And they were a generic term. They were often used together with Baal since, they were thought to be married.
Sure.
And it was a collective term for illicit worship.
Illicit worship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Illicit being like underground, like secret, like an illicit love affair is a secret one that nobody's supposed to know about because it's on the DL because there's something wrong with it.
So these were underground gods? They were like counterculture gods?
Yeah, basically. Now, Ashtaroth was worshipped in so many different cultures that as it traveled from one cult to another, her name changed.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to go over some of her names and attributes.
Sure.
Because we may bump into some of them again.
Okay.
Because she was like hot shit in the area at the time.
Okay.
Sometimes it was thought that she had alter egos. like different aspects of the same goddess.
Okay.
And other times it was just a completely different goddess altogether. And sometimes it was just her, but in a different location. So the same goddess with a different name.
Sure. Okay. Yep.
Some of the names were Anath, Astarte, Ishtar, Athtar, and Tanith. Yeah.
I've heard of Tanith before, I think.
I think you might be confusing it with Tanis.
Okay.
Which...
Oh, yeah, because we just watched that.
Because we just watched Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's probably
and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they mentioned the lost city of Tanis.
No, you're probably right. Yeah.
So, but I made that same connection, and I wonder if there is a connection between Tanis and Tanith.
Who knows?
Who could know? I could be pulling that right out of my ass.
I'm sure we probably are.
So the Phoenicians, they worshipped Astarte.
Okay.
And the women were obliged to sacrifice either their hair or their chastity. Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I mean, it makes sense because she was the mother and she was considered a fertility goddess by many of them.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
The Greeks referred to her as Astarte. Okay. And people would make these treks. Like, all women were compelled at least once in their life to go visit one of these idols. Similar to how, I believe, what religion is Mecca?
That would be Muslim.
Muslim?
Yeah.
Like, they are compelled sometime once in their life to go visit Mecca.
Right.
So that's, how you can think of that in modern terms.
Sure.
Compelled, in quotes.
Right.
Okay. In Babylonia and Assyria, the Akkadians called her Ishtar, and that's the name today that we are all most familiar with.
Okay.
And she was the goddess of sexual love and of fertility and the mother of gods and men.
Okay.
So that's what we think of today, and her name is used in pop culture, movies and books and songs.
I'm just curious real quick. So you said that she was in Greece. Was she a precursor to some sort of Greek Roman god type thing?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. I wouldn't doubt it a bit.
Right. Okay.
Particularly because of what I'll get into in a minute.
Got it.
Further on.
Okay.
In Arabia, she was known as Athtar. And in that area, there were her switching into a man. Like, there was this, she was both at once. And then in another place that I'll get to in a minute, she was a he. She was turned into a male deity. But she was in Arabia, she was simultaneously masculine and feminine, and she was the father and mother of mankind.
Interesting.
Still referred to as the god or goddess of fertility.
Right.
Okay.
In
southern Arabia, he was referred to as Astar.
Okay.
And this I found so interesting. Many features of his worship still survive in the rites of the Abyssinian church today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is that a Christian church, or what is that?
I am not familiar. I did not look it up. I can get back to you on that.
Okay.
Because it's in southern Arabia, I wasn't really...
Sure. But regardless, this God that we're learning about is still worshipped to this day. To this day.
Yes. That was the interesting part. For real this time. Yeah. And in North Africa, she was referred to as Tanith and was worshipped with, quote, obscene rites.
Obscene rites.
I can only imagine what that might be. I'm sure it involved sex.
Yeah.
I mean, what's more obscene than sex?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Various animals were sacrificed to her.
Seemed like pretty standard back in that time.
Yeah. And so she was different animals sacrificed in different places, and I didn't go into like which animals where.
It's probably like any other god. They probably had to splatter some here, splatter some there.
Whatever animals were available or local to the area was going to be what was called for, obviously. Like, you're not going to call for a kangaroo in the Americas.
Right.
That would be dumb.
Yep.
So in some places, she was identified with the sun and the morning star.
Okay.
And at Mecca and in Assyria, she was associated with Venus.
Okay.
And with the Phoenicians, she was associated with the moon.
Okay.
So
interesting.
That's why I said that she was probably a precursor to some of the Greek and Roman.
Sure. Yeah, well, I think there's even some call to say that the Bible God and Jesus and different things like that are based on some,
pagan
rites, as far as solar and
yeah.
moon type stuff.
Of course, we've got into that before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, it's all the same shit back then. It just wrapped
same
up in different packages.
Different day,
yeah.
and different location and different name.
It's just this one evolved and kept evolving through the thousands of years to what it is now.
And it's completely unrecognizable and has nothing to do with what it was started as.
Well, yeah, I think the Catholic Church probably bastardized this whole thing.
Then the Christians took it one step further.
Right. I mean, it's been twisted into whatever people want it to be in any given time.
Exactly. Exactly. So that is all I have for you today. And tomorrow we will be doing our weekly replay.
Yeah. All right. Sounds great. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
Husband, it's the end. Tell the people where they can contact us.
You can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. We're also really active on Twitter. Our handle is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh, again? Okay, anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.
But if you really want to get our attention, Twitter's where we're at.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Don't forget to support us on Patreon.
Yeah, every couple of weeks, we'll cover something in the news, a current event, or something we feel strongly needs to be discussed. And only Patreon subscribers get to hear our discussion.
That's right. It's all for our Patreon members as a thank you for their support. Join now for as little as $2 a month to get all of our extra content.
Go to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon.
That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.